Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, my friends in Europe. We are live here for the Ticker Highlight Show. Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you're doing well. We've had some technical difficulties over the weekend with the site got attacked by people out of China.
Hang on, Mark. Hang on.
Option
I don't think we're broadcasting, are we?
Oh,
We are not.
oh, we're not.
Oh, it says live up there. Weird.
Well, it's not
Live here,
broadcasting.
we're not live in the room.
The
Okay.
VIP says state of the market on the settings. Start the stream, but it's just showing a recording. I don't know why.
Yeah, here I can. It needs to be switched to. Are we on OP live stream 1 or stream 2?
We are on state of the market.
No, I know. No, I know. What stream are you using for StreamYard?
It's called state of the market, but should I switch to stream 1?
Yes. Or stream 2. One of those will do it. Yes, there we
Better?
are. Yep. Good
right.
morning, everybody. Good afternoon to my friends in Europe. Hope everybody's doing well today. The market is down about 35 points. Good for, 0.5%, a little more than 0.5%. We've got lots to talk about and lots to get into. Today's show, we're going to be, give our brief view of where the market is. And then we're going to talk about some specific stocks that we all like. And then we're going to find a trade. Should be a good time. And just want to mention everybody, we're aware that we had some site issues over the weekend. Our site was attacked by bad guys out of China. And, thanks to our incredible tech team, we were able to ward them off. They were unable to break in. But what I will say is, Andrew, how many times do I have to tell you to stop talking smack about the Chinese Communist Party? Why are they trying to get us? It's because you keep talking smack. Quit it.
Those darn commies.
He's always like, gee this, gee that. And I'm like, shh. No. I think what's going on is our information is so powerful and valuable that foreign powers are going to great lengths to try and stop us. That's what it really is. So
Hit that option pit.
yes, they're giving away all of our secrets. Okay, so let's take a look at my screen and start with kind of where we are as a market, guys. And I just want to let you know what's happening this week. State of the market will be every day this week except today at 10 a.m. We've got Hans hitting things on Tuesday. Andrew will be talking more VIX on Wednesday and Thursday, and then Leisha is taking us home on Friday with another look at the charts. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of opportunity to learn. All right, so the S&P, like I said, down. Are we showing my screen, Leisha?
We're getting there. The commies got Leisha in her luxury apartment in Florida.
There we go. All right, we got my screen. So
Mark has his monstrous beverage. What the heck is that thing?
it's just like a electrolyte solution,
Oh,
for hydration.
it's quite a mug.
Yeah, those the energy drinks have been doing well.
Yeah.
Celsius
Yeah.
also.
Well, this isn't an energy drink. This is just like a drink enhancer, if you will.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I forgot. What's the Celsius symbol?
CELH.
CELH. So we've got an action-packed week for you here at Option Pit. So let's talk about this S&P. We're currently down, 65 basis points, $35 after a rip-roaring week. I would say last Friday's action was a bit of a surprise given what came from Apple. But just goes to show you that, good news right now is good news, which is generally bullish if the news is good, which it was. Good news is good news. Bad news is bad news. We're not in one of those upside down worlds. And, we've got the VIX really kind of pulling back. Coming off the weekend, it's up 94 basis points. That is going to be, really after weekend effect, you're talking about maybe 20 basis points up a little bit here. And my futures term structure, about as flat as it can get. I think this imminently we will be entering contango at the rate that we're moving. And IWM, the market was up on Friday, and IWM was up the most. Today, outside of the Dow, when you look at the other three broad and the two other broad indexes, it is the best performer. So we're starting to see some strength out of the Russell 2000. I really like that. For the Russell has so much room to make up relative to the rest of the market. So on a 1-year chart, so this is year over year. All right. So 1 year ago today to 1 year ago now. 1 year ago from today to today, every major index is up except the Russell 2000. I mean, it has been the dog of dogs. But even when it's a big dog, the spread between, the other indices and RUT just is really wide right now. So there needs to be some performance makeup on the Russell 2000. And so I like I am a big, and I said it last week, I thought Russell was going to get to 200 by Friday. I think you're going to see IWM get to, somewhere between 205 and 210, maybe as high as 210 by Friday if the market continues to rally. The Russell 2000 is never going to determine whether the market goes up, but the market is going up and the Russell is leading. That is super bullish. All right, so that's my 2 cents. Hans, you gave a nice little update over the weekend on what you're viewing the market, and you have a stock that you wanted to dig into. Why don't we dig into that one?
Yes. Good morning, everybody. So, that was a pretty amazing week. What was it? The biggest run in the S&P in 20 years. So I think that's pretty special. I think we're probably due for a couple of days down, but I'm not getting super bearish here. I think there's sort of the potential for some drops. Andrew's going to be talking about the VIX and the 9-day and all that stuff. So it's sort of calm coming back into the market. 3 of the stocks in turbo income actually either hitting all-time highs or just under all-time highs. So Netflix, Costco, and Uber. So we've been picking really great names. We took off our Costco last week for our 6th win in a row. So we're 6 for 6 so far. So that's kind of exciting. Don't want to jinx it, but that's exciting. Meta, we've also had some unofficial trades that have done really well. So I'm always throwing in bonuses because I just can't help it. I'm a student of the markets, and I see opportunity. So we've got a Meta in there that's sitting really nicely, baking off. So kind of Mark and Andrew speak, but we got our nice Vega win. Now we're moving to Theta. So you gotta understand how the Greeks work in options trading, and Andrew and Mark really dig into that a lot in their shows. So I'm kind of cautiously optimistic here. Netflix has been a big win, so I'm actually putting on just a little bit of a downside play in Netflix because we got a little puncture in the balloon. Right, they're doing all the right things. But Trump came out and said he's going to start throwing tariffs on foreign-made shows, and that's kind of upsetting the streaming world a little bit. So I think that kind of gives us license to maybe play a little bit of a reversion down in a couple of names there. Now, so that's the overall market. One name that I think I really love is Hood, right? So we've talked about this in the past. I think they're doing all the right things. Not a big pop on earnings. In fact, pulled back a little bit here. So I think that keeps it interesting to me. I think it will head towards all-time highs at some point. They're capturing market share, really kind of hip, cool version of the old stuffy sort of fuddy-duddy wealth management industry. So I think they're getting in there. They're grabbing that younger demographic. I think that's very exciting. And they're very nimble too, right? So nimble is not, that's not necessarily what big wealth management companies are known for. So I think that's a real skill. So I think the future is really bright. And I think that's an interesting one. Are we talking about the ones we hate, Mark?
No, we're not doing hates today, just loves.
Only loves. So I love that one.
We did put out what we hate as well. But no, we're talking loves, and
I'm not
I loves the fact that you're 6 for 6, and I'm liking Hood. You did get a nice earnings drop in option premiums, kind of below the lows from March, but maybe a little bit more ground to make up here. Obviously, vol going up a little bit because it's down today. Interesting name. We'll come back and look at this one, but the options do not look particularly expensive.
MTI on Hood is starting to shape up. So we've had a nice rally in markets, and we're starting to see them. Netflix is looking better. Hood is one where my MTI indicator, the market temperature indicator, is really starting to show some interesting strength there. And that's one thing I'm going to be talking about at length tomorrow, the MTI, how it plays into my strategy and how it helps to not only tell me when things are doing great, but when things need to be things are simmering and what we can do about it. So that's all part of Turbo Income. Excited to talk about that tomorrow. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah. So MTI is starting to turn positive on Hood. That is a really good thing. So interesting. I'm gonna take a look. We'll look at this. All right. Next up on our list, the Queen of the Candles, the Duchess of the Doji, and the all powers behind the pitchfork. She is Leisha J. Leslie. You may call her the Queen of the Candlesticks. I just call her Queen. Take it away. What do you got, Leisha?
Thank you, Mark. My choice was Tesla, but if you want to be a little premature, it's holding the median line here, 270.85. But I would like to see it close over the 200-day before hopping in. And once it does that, I think it has I shouldn't say I think. I know that it has an 80% chance of trading to the opposite end of the channel up at 330. So I like Tesla going long over after a close over the 200-day. Like I said, you can pop in here a little premature. It's holding the median line. Use this close below 270 as your stop loss. That would still be a nice one to trade from here to the 200-day.
I like it. What are your thoughts on the overall market here? And what do our charts look like?
Well, as Hans said, it was pretty historic run. I think it's just a little breather, little pause. I'm still bullish. I think it's just a little pause. Although bonds are looking lower.
TLT,
bonds have me a little. Bonds are the one thing that keeps me up at night with this recovery.
Yeah.
Then they will continue to be. If you're not watching bonds, you're not watching the market.
Yeah. So keep your eye on that. The dollar's also going lower again.
The rally, I'll say, Alicia, has been quite short, squeezy. Like looking at the flows, I'm not seeing a ton of call buying, which you'd sometimes see in a real big comeback. You think people getting right back on board for more upside. Not quite seeing that yet, so people aren't convinced.
I am.
Alicia's convinced.
Yeah, I am cautious.
All right. So Alicia's watching Tesla. She's still bullish. Hans, he's looking at Hood, and he's bullish. And now we bring on our own Viking of Volatility, Vicar of the VIX. He is Andrew T. Giovinazzi.
Andrew, you need a Viking hat. I think that would just complete the look.
Yes.
Well,
Well, just a reminder, the T stands for two-way trades in Andrew.
Or maybe just a hatchet.
Yeah.
Would you like to share your screen,
or some
Andrew?
runes?
Andrew, you need to share your screen.
Oh, I need to share my screen?
You've only done this a few times.
Is it Pick on Andrew Day? Is that what this is?
Well, it's kind of my throwaway line because I never share my screen at the right time.
Oh, you're so funny, Andrew. We love you, Andrew.
I think I'm sharing it now.
I don't see it.
Somebody's got to. Okay, hold on.
I see it.
All right. So the stock I don't like, I know I can't say it, but I don't like Apple.
Yeah.
And it did break $200 here. It's not looking good. It's looking like Palookaville. So for all you trading desk people, you're going to be happy.
Yeah.
Stock I love. This is a stock I bought the most of this year is KTOS. It is a drone maker. The government's got their leading drone maker. Government's got no choice but to buy some drones, keep up with the Chinese. I predict this stock will be taken over by a larger player soon. This is the last 30 days, $28, $35. Last 3 months. Okay, start of the year here, a little dipsy doodle. I did do a little buying in the mid-20s. All-time highs. Look at this. So, again, this is a company that's doing they're selling drones to the government, and I think they're going to have a rosy future. So, it is a little bit more speculative of a growth stock. This is one of Frank's favorites. He's my compadre in capital gains. And it has been we started buying the stock in the teens last year, and it is higher. So been a good stock, and I don't see any reason. I'm looking for, I don't know if Alicia could put her magical pitchforks on it, but I think I would probably get less excited over 42, 43. I need a good number for Alicia that make me happy. But if it could make a move over 40s. But
would you like to see it, Andrew? I have a pitchfork.
Purdy, please. Purdy, please.
I got it. Hang on 1 second.
Well, what is more attractive? I would say KTOS is more attractive because they're selling everything they could make to the Pentagon already. So, and probably global. They are very, let's just call it a leader.
You have earnings coming up.
Now, even on earnings dip, if it re-dipped below 30s, I would pick up more. I'd pick up anything in the 20s on this stock on a dip.
Interesting.
The median line comes in 34, Andrew, 34.18. It stopped on that resistance here, couldn't close above there. So your resistance is 36.60 and 36.90. But you close up into there and you have an 80% chance of trading 39.36.
Okay, so yeah, like 40s is 40s would be kind of like sort of the short-term happy place.
All right.
Yeah.
I like that. I like the sound of that.
Well, Andrew, I love KTOS, but we're not going to do a call option trade 2 days before earnings.
I hear you.
We don't. Why? We trade before earnings.
People are coming here for names.
I know.
Giving them names.
I know. I love that. No, it's still a great name. But folks, we trade up until earnings. We trade after earnings. We don't really trade earnings. Why? It's a complete and utter random event. All of the edge that of our volatility knowledge and trading knowledge but that's combined, getting on 100 years between the four of us, is
That's kind of, it sounds long when you say it like that.
Events that are a coin flip. unless something very specific things develop. So unfortunately, KTOS no. Tesla, Leisha wants to see it break the 200 before we go in, so that might end up being a candidate next week again if it's over it. So, and I think universally we all like Hood. I love that it's down today post earnings. Earnings were nice. It's starting to heat up on the MTI. We love to hear that. And premiums have come in. So let me see here. Go out to. All right. We have, I'm going to actually look at this. Let's see, May 30th, 45 call buyer. We actually have somebody paper buying the contract that I was looking at, which is nice. Your
option prices look like they've taken a dive, which is nice.
Yeah, they have, which is really nice. So I'm, Alicia, if you want to swap back to my screen.
Sure.
Electrolytes. Come on, everybody, get your electrolytes.
So we have we have buyers of the June 55 calls, May 30, May 50 calls. The July 60s are being bought in bulk. Those are 30% out of the money, and they've picked up 10,000. When I say they, I mean big banks, hedge funds. Have picked up 10,000 of these 60 calls, and they are buyers. So there is some really nice things saying, hey, Mark, I don't hate the idea of going long Robinhood. So what I want to look at is the cheapest options I can buy are May 30th. I want to buy the May 30th 49 calls for $2.80 or less. The May 30th, or we'll say $2.85. The May 30th, 49 calls for less than $2.80. I think you can do better than that, but that's going to be my top price, $2.80. So there you have it. I will put this up in our live room, just updating on our live portfolio. Those Amazon 195 calls might still not, they're worth something. They still might end up being, I still might do something with those. But then I'm going to add this this position here, which is the Robinhood. Paying $2.80. These are the Hood.
Hey, Hans, there's questions about Hood ticker in the chat.
The Hood ticker, HOOD.
Yeah. No, in the chat room, it was just,
Well, Mark, they're asking Mark about the volume traded.
Oh, the big volume.
How do you know, Mark?
What are they asking about?
They're asking you how you know a financial.
Questions about, where the flow.
Oh, hi, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm happy to answer that. Let me get this trade in. Oh.
So, for those who wanted, this subscription is Live Vol. You can get a Live Vol subscription through Option Pit. It is not cheap, but we do get you a good deal.
How do you know the funds are buyers in Hood? We can actually tell based on the price that they're trading at. It's not that hard. So let me pull up like the Robinhood order flow here. And if you look at the 60 calls, you can see the market at the time, 194, 195, they pay 195. The market gets crossed, they pay 195. There's a theoretical value in there of $1.92. That also helps me. Here's more of the 60s. 496 of them. Market was $2 at 208. They paid 208. They lifted the offer. So that is how I'm able to tell. And so on this scanner, green means they paid the offer, which means they bought. Red means they hit the bid, which means they sold. And the black is mid-market and blue is actually through the market. So for instance, this 278 Robinhood July 60 calls traded 208. The market was 202, 207 at the time. So somebody wanted to get something done there. So I really like the setup here in Hood, and all the option order flow is saying go for it. The May 30th. I will type it right here. All right.
Do you have a target on that, Mark? On that trade?
$5. $5. Oh, did I type May 16th? I may have typed it in wrong. Let me see. Yep, I'm a dummy. Thank you. And I'm glad we don't mail this. All right. There you go, folks. All right. So there you have it. We have a trade in Hood. Make sure you're back all week for our State of the Market trading with Hans. Tomorrow he's going to show you about his market temperature indicator, the MTI. You're going to get a splash Alicia on Friday, and you're getting a healthy helping of Andrew Wednesday and Thursday. So make sure you join us all week. So thank you for attending the Ticker Highlight Show. So for Alicia J. Leslie, our Queen of the Candles, Andrew T. Giovinazzi, T for Too Much Fun, and of course, the Imperial Overlord of Income, Hans Albrecht. I am Mark Sebastian. I am your only option, and I hope you have a great trading week.